Hello everybody and welcome back to Mr. J's Geek Corner. Place we talk about anything, everything that is geek, whether it be TV, comics, movies, or video games. And the reason I say welcome back because I've kind of been on like a 2-month hiatus. I apologize for not announcing ahead of time. It just sort of happened. I've been on for the last run about that 2.5 months. I've been out really trying to find a job, a really good job, and I finally found one, and I put the show aside to go find this job, and I finally found me a good job I really enjoy. So I finally am able to get back on here and start doing my show again. And I've got my job started and really gotten into the groove of it and everything. Now I finally have now able to get back on here and bring Geek Corner to you once again, and I'm really excited about my job. I love my job. I'm not going to go into too many details. I'll just say I love what I do. It's something I really love doing, and I'm just going to leave it at that right now. But just in the last several months, just so much has happened. And I've lost track of time. I don't know if I've been off 2 or 3 months now, but so much has happened in geek culture and the world of geek in the last several months. I'm just here today playing catch up, I guess you could say. I'm here playing catch up. Like I said, Star Wars. I have not seen Star Wars Force Awakens yet, and I have not seen Deadpool yet, unfortunately. Ellen really wants to see Deadpool. But I have a sneak preview of a future show. I do have something about Star Wars. No, I have not seen it yet. I just have one that's lined up in the future, so definitely stay tuned for that. If I ever get around to seeing Deadpool, I guarantee you there's going to be a review before long. But that'll be in the future, definitely. But today I'm just gonna play catch up on a few recent events that have happened in geek culture and geek in the world of geek culture. And first thing off the bat is DC has recently announced, and it's been within the last month, that they are now going to basically end what it appears to be ending the New 52. And not just the brand name this time, like they said with Convergence. This is ending it. This sounds like the end of the New 52. They are going to launch an event called Rebirth, DC Rebirth. And while they have not really released many details of it, they've been teasing things here and there, like the titles of the different books that are going to be out. And I mean, it really worried me because I thought it was going to be something else entirely. But it sounds like to me as if they are doing one of two things with this. One, they're either going to obliterate the New 52 and bring everything back to the way it originally was, or, pardon my voice, I've had dealing with sinus problems a lot lately, so please bear with me. Or two, it's going to be a coexistent thing. It's going to be New 52 and Pre-52 live inside the classic DC and Didioverse DC side by side in a unified multiversal type thing. Because they've announced so many books lately, like a new volume. They're basically going to have Superman Volume 5, I guess you could say, 4 or 5. They're going to start Superman over at number 1. I think they're going to start Batman over at number 1. They're going to have so many number 1s that they're going to have a race to relaunch a bunch of books, but they're going to relaunch a lot of new ones called, one's going to be called the Super Sons, which we already know what it's going to be. It's basically going to be the sons of Superman and Batman. They're going to launch a new JSA book. They're going to launch a new JSA book. They're going to just launched a book called The Superman, in which Superman is hyphenated. I'm interested to see what that is. Book called Superwoman, which I have my speculation on that. There's speculation around it. It's the Earth 3 Superwoman. There's somebody else. I personally think, and nobody else has brought this up yet, I personally think they're finally going to focus on the Superwoman of Earth Earth 11, which is, as you all know, the female Kal-El is basically the gender reversed universe in which all the male heroes are female and all the female heroes are male, and the Superman universe is Superwoman. I personally want to see that. I hope that's what it is. That's what it looks like. What I've seen in some teaser images that it may be. It's a woman wearing this shield. I personally want to see that. But the biggest send up to me that this is going to return to the pre-52 era is that Action Comics and Detective Comics are both returning to Volume 1 numbering. That's right. It's going after Rebirth, Action Comics and Detective Comics are going back to their 900 and some odd issue, which means you're going to see a Detective 1000 and a particular, and even more so, an Action Comics 1000 in the future, which shows, it shows to me in the future that it shows to me that in Rebirth they're bringing back the classic DCU, particularly Superman and Batman, and this really just got me excited. I mean, if you've been keeping up, those who've been keeping up, and if you haven't been keeping up, pre-52 Superman still exists. He isn't dead. He didn't die after Convergence. He didn't wipe himself out of existence. He's been secretly living in the Didioverse, New 52 Earth, with his Lois and their son, Jonathan Samuel Kent, in hiding, secretly trying to keep villains from. He's been secretly trying to keep villains from coming into existence and everything in their series Superman, Lois, and Clark. Well, for long before this Rebirth event is supposed to happen, he is supposed to meet the Didioverse Superman, and I'm really excited to see that too. I hope it's really good, and I hope it does not result in the end of pre-52 Superman. Excuse me. But this all has got me really excited. It's got me really nervous too, because I don't know what to expect. But they've got so much that's going to happen in this, and a lot of it leaning towards the return of the pre-52, along with possibly the new 52 universe, almost like either a coexistent universe or something along those lines. But either way, pre-52 universe is coming back, and I'm really excited, and I particularly would love to get my hands on a copy of Action Comics 1000, and it's going to happen faster than we thought, considering that Action and Detective, along with a lot of other books, are going bi-monthly, which means they're going to be putting out 2 issues a month. And also, they're going back to their old pricing, where, as you've probably seen in my other videos, that we draw the line at $2.99 poster I've still got. They're going back to that. They're going back to all their books being $2.99, and to me, that's just great. I mean, it makes comics more affordable for fans. It sounds like to me they're more listening to the fans again. And that's really what it got me excited. They're listening to the fans' outcries of fans like me, who have been wanting, who not only not like the outrageous price of their comics, but the horrible content too. So, I mean, they've really been beefing up their content the last several months with like Lois and Clark. But the fact that they're really sound like they're going to bring back the classic universe, and at a cheap price too, that's just great. That is exciting, and I can't wait. Personally, cannot wait to read the Rebirth, and how everything's going to happen, and how they're going to bring stuff back to the way it once was. And I personally can't wait. Another thing that happened just a few days ago, the new trailer for Civil War came out. And everybody's making a real big deal over this, because finally you get to see what Spider-Man looks like. Even though you only catch a little bit of a look at him towards the end of the thing, you still see him. He still has a little bit of a line at the end of it, and you see him actually. He looks like Spider-Man. To tell you the truth, when I first saw him, he kind of I know they kind of put a few modernizing a little bit of modernizing touch on his costume a little bit. But to me, he looked like Steve Ditko, John Romita Sr.'s Spider-Man costume. That's what he looked like. Even to the point that his eyes even emote now. Whereas you've seen the last 5 Spider-Man movies, his eyes never moved. And like you usually see in the comics, his eyes squint, eyes wide and everything. In this trailer, his eyes actually emote. To me, that is just awesome. I mean, I'm not much of a Spider-Man fan anymore, but even I thought that was cool. And the trailer was cool too. And even more than ever, I sided with Captain America on this. And it just shows you how much of a jerk Tony Stark is. And like I said, it was just a great trailer, and it looks like it's gonna be a great movie too. I don't know if I'll be able to go see it because, of course, I'm saving all my pennies for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. But I'll get to that in a minute. But to me, the trailer, 2 thumbs up. It was great. I can't wait. It looks like it's gonna be a good movie. I hope the movie's as good as the trailer. All I gotta say. And on more movie news, over the last several months, they've been announcing casting for the new Power Rangers movie, and to me, they look like a Power Rangers cast. I mean, they've got like, one unfortunate thing about this movie, no Tommy, but you gotta have something for 2, right? You gotta have something for a 2, so here you go. But like I said, for so far the cast looks good. I don't know how they're going to do on screen. I don't know what the costumes look like yet and everything. One of the weirdest casting bits though is they're casting Elizabeth Banks, who a lot of y'all know was Betty Brant in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and y'all know her from other things too. But she's going to be Rita Repulsa in this movie. To me, I don't see her as the Rita Repulsa type. I really do not. I mean, that's just kind of weird casting. Hey, maybe you never know. Maybe she's got that whole screaming she has a headache thing down pat. You never know. She may be a great Rita Repulsa. She may have the whole screaming at the top of her, shrill at the top of her lungs. Maybe would make a great Rita Repulsa, because that's all essentially Rita does is shriek at the top of her lungs, scream she has a headache whenever the Power Rangers beat her, you know? The thing is, basically her plan fails and Power Rangers beat her. She always screams she has a headache and screaming at her lackeys and stuff. Maybe she can really do a good job of that. But I don't know. I just can't picture her as that in the costume and the whole thing and that kind of attitude. I really just can't. Picture Elizabeth Banks as that. But you never know. Maybe she's perfect for the role. Who knows? Maybe she'll do it justice. I hope she does, but I can't wait to see this movie. The movie's been pushed back to next year. Of course, hey, if you want to make it good, you want to make it right, take as long as you can, you know. Don't take too long, folks grow disinterested, but take as long as you need. But I can't wait to see what this looks like. Also, happen to think of this. There is a new Godzilla movie coming out this year. Shin Gojira or Shin Godzilla. This is for the Japanese reboot of Godzilla, and from what I've seen of pictures and everything, this is going to be incredible. I really don't know what to expect of it because I haven't seen a trailer yet, but it's supposed to be out this year. It's supposed to be out this year. I haven't really heard that much word on it, but from what I hear, their Godzilla is supposed to be even bigger than the legendary version. Even bigger. How much bigger you going to get before you're mashing the earth, you know? They're supposed to be even bigger than the legendary pictures Godzilla. I can't wait. Personally cannot wait to see this. I would love to see this personally when it comes out on DVD here in America, because you know it's going to. I personally want to see it. I want to see what they're going to do with this bigger, badder Godzilla, you know? I mean, how can you top the Legendary Pictures version? How can you? Only the Japanese can do it because they made him. I mean, it's going to be incredible to see what they're going to do with this. Now, I personally can't wait to see it. And I mentioned earlier Batman v Superman. There's a lot of merch now. It comes out in, let me see, next week, 10 days from now. Batman v Superman hits theaters, and I hope personally that Ellen and myself are going to be there in the theaters to see it personally. But there's so much merch out now. There's figures. There's affordable figures. I mean, I'm gonna definitely say it. I'm guessing there must have been a fan outcry from the last several DC movies where the figures are about as big as a G.I. Joe or a Star Wars figure, because they're back to being regular size figures. And they're back to being regular size, and like to a 6-inch action figure, you get it for like $10. But they've also got the collector figures, which are now $20. Which are $20. I personally would get the $10 one because, well, shoestring geek here. Well, shoestring budget here. But I said there's so much out there. There's shirts, which I have not found a cool one yet. Posters. I said there's so much merch out there now. But one particular thing they have announced in terms of the movie, there is going to be an R-rated director's cut for the Blu-ray. And it makes you think, what in the world is going to make this an R-rated? What in the world did they take out of this movie to turn it from an R-rated movie to a PG-13 movie? I personally can't wait to see excuse me, more details about this personally, because, well, I guess I had to wait till Blu-ray comes out later on this year, but this is just going to be incredible. It's probably the first ever R-rated Batman and Superman movies. You know? I mean, that's just an incredible thing about Superman and an R-rated movie. It's just going to be weird. But you be sure I'm going to try to get my hands on it, and I'll probably do a review right here on the show. So definitely stay tuned for that. But the Korean trailer came out yesterday. It's incredible. Definitely go find it on YouTube. It's incredible. It's an incredible trailer. I mean, it just makes it even more, the fight between the two even more epic. So definitely check it out, and definitely check out the movie when it comes out on the 25th. It's going to be great. It just looks like it's just going to be really, really great. And also they announced a couple months ago that they're going to do, on the subject of DC, they're going to be doing a Flash crossover with Supergirl. And from the way they've established in the Flash TV show, Supergirl's Earth, Supergirl and Flash take place on two separate Earths, which is kind of weird and also kind of interesting, because Supergirl isn't going to cross over onto his show. Flash is going to cross over onto Supergirl, and that personally is going to be incredible. I can't wait to see how it happens. I mean, it makes you think, like, how's it going to happen? How's he wind up on her Earth? And there's, from what I hear, they're supposed to both be battling Silver Banshee, so it makes for a great episode anyway. Saw the Supergirl episode last night. It was great. Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. Because there's a lot of Easter egg. There's a 2 thumbs up because it reminds me of a lot of other Red Kryptonite stories that they've done on the other TV shows. They even had a callback to Superman 3 with the whole, just spoiler alert, she's sitting in a bar, she turns over this bowl full of nuts onto the bar and starts thumping them into liquor bottles and busting the liquor bottles with the peanuts. That is, I was like, I knew immediately when I saw her turn over that bowl full of peanuts onto the bar. I was like, Superman 3. I was like, that's from Superman 3. I knew exactly what was going to happen. And it's just great to see so many callbacks and stuff on this show. And I mean, it's just, like I said, that's just how good this show is. I mean, they'll throw in Superman trivia everywhere and DC trivia everywhere too. When I heard from the last couple of weeks, they even had a callback, and even had a mention of Lobo on there subtly. So you never know what's going to happen. But I can't wait to see this crossover. It's supposed to happen on the 28th episode. It's it's supposed to happen on the episode of Supergirl is supposed to come on March 28th. So I personally can't wait to see that episode. I know it's going to be great. And also, let me check here. I have a rundown of everything. And I said I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that crossover. I just know it's going to be great. And I guess I about caught up on everything. And also, it's come to my attention today before I went on the air here that March 2nd marked 3 years since I started Mr. J's Geek Corner. That's why I'm wearing this shirt, as a callback to the first episode in which I wore a Superman hoodie on the first episode. And also it shows you that the weather between that March and this March has gotten is a lot different, because it's really warm today and it was really cold that day. Well, March 2nd marked 3 years since I made the first episode, or well, I guess you could say made the first episode or published the first episode of Mr. J's Geek Corner. Or rather, Ellen published it. It says it was published. But it's 3 years since Mr. J's Geek Corner was first published, and it's just like I said, it's been up and it's had its ups and downs over the last 3 years, but here we are, episode 103. So it's just incredible to think about. And if you, in case y'all, and one of the things that happened during the hiatus was, if you see by here behind me, the Geek Corner looks a lot different than it did last time you saw it in episode 102. So much has happened in here. Ellen and I have been in here basically giving Geek Corner a facelift. And I'm going to say there will be a tour in the future. I don't know how long distant in the future, but there will be another geek tour of the Geek Corner to show you every little detail. If you can see here, just a few little things here, but there will be a more detailed tour to come later. So definitely tune in for that. And I guess that's all for today's edition of Mr. J's Geek Corner. Thank y'all for sticking with me all these 3 years. I'd like to thank Ellen for making this show, for supporting this show and making it a great show that it is, making it look great. And thank y'all, the fans, for watching and liking, subscribing, telling all your friends. And if you got any kind of comment on this show whatsoever, or if you got an idea you want to hear me talk about on the show, drop me a comment box. I'd love to hear y'all's ideas. I'm always looking for fresh new things to talk about, and I love to hear from y'all. Love to hear y'all ideas. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, tell your friends. And Ellen, I love you so much. Thank you. And I see y'all next time.